Mm-hmm. Switching for you, switching the positions for you. Looking so good in my fresh red hairdo. Yes, and I'm silly and geeky at the same time with a sexy on the side like a fond day too. A fondue, fondue. I was thinking about fondant and fondue. Put them together. Yeah. Abisai, stay fly to the sky. Abisai, aka Jordan Gems, aka Slim Dick Batty, aka back with another gameplay, the finale. Choices, Blaze of Light and Shadow 2, Book 2, Chapter 18. It all comes down to this. The fate of the realms is up to you. Because it's a battle. And this is the conclusion. And honestly, I feel like this is like basically gonna be like at least the final story that I play to choices for now, because I just feel like I want to like take a step back, because I feel like I've done choices so many times, and I still love choices, but I feel like some of the books, most recent books, I have grown out of. I feel like the main like story, I feel like I was disappointed. I thought we would get a sequel to Untamable, but it was more like it's like a alternate timeline version of it. And then on top of that, what else? Then on top of that, like the others, I feel like it's a particular book, It Lives series. I feel like we'll never get a conclusion to that. I think that's so disappointing, because that's really like the main story. I feel like I will always want to sit here and find a conclusion, because that ending to the last one, come on now, it needs to be resolved. So without further ado, if you're new to the channel, join Vigilante Squad. So let's get this thing started. The finale. It's here. It's here. Excuse me, my allergies are acting up. The Ashen Army pours into your realm through dozens of portals, but your eyes are drawn to the sky and the skeletal dragon carrying the Empress on its back. What in the sucking hells? Wait, it's... The dragon swoops across the battlefield and somehow locks eyes with you. There's nothing familiar in that icy gaze. And yet... What is it, Erica? You lift a hand to your chest where magic pulses as it recognizing something. The dragon's glowing heart burns your eyes. You swear a single crystalline tear falls from the dragon's glowing eyes as it watches you. Then it pivots on one wing, deliberately turning the Empress away from you. It's Valix! The dragon? That's what she saw when I threw the dream essence at her the first time she attacked us. Her nightmares in her dragon form. That will be less profound when we burn to a crisp. Kill them. Valix drives towards the medical tents, jaws stretched wide. A torrent of black flames spills out, lighting the tents on fire and scattering the priest. We have to stop her. She is not our only problem. You follow Tyreel's gaze to the largest portal. Ashen soldiers march through it, shadow panthers racing along beside them while griffins fly above. How are we supposed to fight those? Panicked voices rise up around you. Immature puts her hands on your shoulder and gives you a gentle but emphatic shove forward. I think your troops could use some encouragement, Erica. Everyone, look at everything we accomplished. I know you see an overwhelming force bent on our destruction, but imagine what they see as they look at us. Dwarves, elves, and goblins, and orcs and humans marching side by side, willing to fight and die to protect each other. The Light Realm has never seen an army like ours. Damn right it hasn't. The Ashen serve by conscription. We are fighting to defend our home. Ask yourself, who's going to try harder? The crowd begins to stir, standing taller as they turn face to onslaught. They raise their weapons in the air, cheering loudly. People of Morella, elves of Undermount, dwarves of Zaradan, orcs of Flotilla, goblins of the Deadwood. Together, we fight! As your army gets into formation, Racia rushes up to you, clicking nervously. You can't come with me, buddy. It's too dangerous. He's still baby. At least he got the fighting spirit in him. I know you're fierce, but I don't want you to get hurt. Find Cade. Protect him from me, okay? Racia nudges your leg in reluctant agreement and then races off, half hopping, half flying. I knew my baby could fly. What should we do, Erica? You looked up relieved to see Valak still circling high above the battle, the Empress still astride her, surveying the field with a cold but casual gaze. We need to take out as much of the army as we can before the Empress decides to get involved. You scan the horizon as you push forward to the front through the crowd of soldiers, looking over the Ashen forces from your spot on the hill when... Look out! You spin around just in time to see a group of griffins swooping in from above, one coming right for you with claws out. Drag it to the ground. Love, chain, and circle, bitch! Twirling the whip of Cardu over your head, you swing it in a vicious arc so that the bladed chain wraps around the griffin's neck. The blades dig into the monster's flesh, holding tight, shadow clinging to shadow. With a flick of your wrist, you send the griffin hurling through the sky to smash into another griffin, knocking them both to the ground. Thank you, Grandpa Cardu. The elves form a line to meet the Ashen army head on, but more griffins are soaring overhead, aiming for your forces' flank. God damn, they fighting. Erica! You whip around to spot Cade in the middle of a group of soldiers, three hovering beside his head. What are you two doing up here? It isn't safe. You have to get the rod from that soldier. That's how they're controlling the griffins. You scan the opposing army, easily spotting the soldier holding a ruby-encrusted rod above his head. Forward! I'll handle this. You all get back to where it's safe. I was trying to go for like a deeper rope helmet kind of tone, but it kind of came out kind of all different. It's okay. With a final glance back at them, you push forward, keeping your eyes trained on the soldier with the rod. I need to steal the rod. You're about to set off when Mal grabs your shoulder. Now, where do you think you're going, Kit? To do sneaky stuff? Not when you that shiny, you're not. He presses a ruin just over your heart, and the glowing gold goes to an almost earthy brass. Stealth mode. My idea, of course. Thanks, Mal. You weave through the battle until you're behind the soldier, and with practice ease, you snatch the rod from his hands. What the? I'll take that. As the nearby soldiers turn to attack, you raise the rod above your head and shout, "Attack the Ashen Army!" The griffins whirl obediently, driving toward the soldiers surrounding you. But as you make a run for your forces, the rod is knocked from your hand. As the rush of wind from the griffins recede, a chill runs up your spine. Shadow pours from the portal, choking the clouds above. But before you can decide what to do, heads up, Erica. There's a big one coming. Nia, get behind me. I can do this myself, Erica. I know I can. Nia, you can cast spells from behind me. If you get hurt, your shadow form. Oh no. You spin around to see an enormous creature stomping through the portal with a force that shakes the ground. Great. Now there's an ogre, like we didn't have enough problems. The beast is charged. Each step a shockwave beneath your feet as it reaches out to sweep you and Nia up with one giant hand. Nia, Erica! Aaron comes out of nowhere, yanking the two of you behind a fallen tree, bashing you both against the trunk in the process. Nia blinks, looking dazed. Ugh. Your hands are on her head, braced for deathly gray to overtake her cheeks, but the color doesn't leave her face. You did it, Nia! You stayed you! What are you talking about, Erica? Stayed you? You can tell she almost doesn't say as the tears fill her eyes, frustration spilling out. I still have shadow in me, Aaron. He left it in me. You left it in me. And I know you think I'm vulnerable, that I'm weak, but I'm not. Not anymore. You can see her bright eyes dim into inking black as Aaron looks at her, then at you. Nia, that's not... I'm sorry, Nia, for everything I did. But you should know the Dreadlord don't want me to take you because you were vulnerable or trusting. It's because you're one of the most powerful magic users he ever seen. Really? He was frightened of what you'd be if he couldn't control you. What you could do with shadow if you so chose. The air around you crackles with magic as Nia rises behind the fallen tree, wrath and ruin in her eyes. Thank you, Aaron. Nia, what are you gonna do? Kick! It's ass. She got real deep with that one. A rolling ball of yellow and purple magic begins to swirl in a perfect spear between her fingers as she stares down the giant ogre. Hold it off for a few more seconds, Erica. That thing real beastie. Hold the creature in place. Don't move! Using the light around you, you bind the creature in place the way Tyrell taught you, except you never tried to hold anything this big before. The ogre snarls and his leg twitches forward, pushing past your magic. I said, don't move! Light magic flares around you, and the creature remains locked in place, but you can feel your control slipping. Nia? Ready. Nia raises her hand, a shining spear pulses between them like an orb of light, but different. Shadow swirls from the portals, forming a vortex around Nia's glowing form. The moment the first tendril of shadow touches the light, both completely vanish. Nia throws her whole body forward, and there's an ear-shattering, concussive sound as the ogre stumbles back from a mighty invisible blow. The ogre begins to petrify in front of your eyes, his heavy limbs turning to stone until the whole beast crumbles to pieces. Nia, you did it! Now you see the power that was always waiting inside you. The darkness retreats from her as Nia blushes at the compliment and the cheers from the army. I just needed some help accepting myself as I am. That's right. When you accept yourself, nobody can tell you nothing. Because as long as you know who you are, that's all that matters. I told you that you've always been strong enough. Mal comes racing up to you with Ren right behind him. Not to interrupt the group therapy session, but that ogre damaged some trees. If we knock them down, we could redirect the action through the forest, make them easy pickings for the Thieves Guild, fear every shadow, etc. I was just going to sneak off and do it myself, but I thought this might be some time for some teamwork. What's the saying? The more thieves, the merrier. Then the rest of the army can cover us while we sneak in and bring the trees down. With Mal leading the charge, you and a small strike team of thieves slip silently off to the side and over to the damaged copse of trees. The only problem is... So how exactly were you planning to knock them down? Just... I would think I had these pictures. I thought I had all the skills. What's going on? Just listen to Mal. He got a plan. Okay, everyone. Push on 3. 1, 2, 3! All of you slam yourself into the first of trees and shove. It groans loudly, branches shuddering. Just a little more. Then there's a crack. The tree topples over and knocks into the next trees, pulling them down into a tangle. There's one way to do it. With a smirk, Ren raises one arm in the air, and you watch as the Thieves' Guild completely disappears into the brush. Then... Help! They're everywhere! Should have known better to mess with the Reapers. Should have known better to mess with us. You give Mouse's shoulder a squeeze, then race over to Immatura, who's standing with the drawers, and her hands raised to her mouth. Fire! No, she was like this. Fire! Her bellow carries across the water, and the cannons of the Orcish fleet boom out. Shurta stands, watching, looking puzzled. Erica, why are they still using gunpowder? What else would they be using? Dwarven explosives, obviously. They pack way more of a punch. We could even rig the cannonballs to have magical effects. Then why aren't we doing that? Shurta gestures to the mass fighting between all 3 of you and the ships. I don't think I could get through that. Not alone, at least. We'll cover you. You lead a group of dwarves toward the coast, only to find a continent of ashen shoulders blocking your path. Immatura, it's up to us to carve a path to the ships. Aww, and it's not even my birthday. Cake. Let me know if you need a hand. Or a bomb. Let's go get them. Let's blow them up. Yeah, blow them up. Yeah, blow that hole. Shurta tosses both of you and Immatura a bottle full of rolling orange liquid. Just pop that cork and throw them at something you want to explode. You've done the cork for your bottle and hurl it at the group of soldiers. There's a thunderous boom as the liquid suddenly expands and then explodes, sending the ashen shoulders scrambling. Let's go. Below the deck of Immatura's ship, Shurta takes charge. The other drawers awaiting her orders. Do you have any hollow cannonballs? A few dozen, yes. Well, don't just stare there. Bring them over. As the orcs run to obey, Shredder unpacks an array of vials and thick glass jars, full of Rainbow's assortment of liquids and powders. So what sort of effects do you want these cannonballs to have? I can freeze people in place, make them confused, or make a fire that's really, really, really hard to put out. Let's make them confused. They're gonna be walking like this. What's going on? Let's see. We'll want a bit from this yellow bottle and a lot from this black bottle. That's right. Does that say poison? Does that say poison? Does that say poison? Don't worry. I'll only poison them a little. What's a little poison? Like being drunk, but without the fun. Under Shirtus' careful direction, the dwarves begin to fill the cannonballs while the orcs load them into the cannons. If this goes sideways, someone is getting me a new ship. Let's hope that's the biggest problem we have when this is over. Don't worry, nothing's going to go wrong. Just pick who you want to hit and light the fuse. An orc comes forward and hands you a piece of wood with a flame dancing on the end. You gaze out at the battlefield. Let's target. The soldiers, right? The orcs adjust the positioning of the cannon and you light the fuse. Fire! The cannonballs crash into the ground near the soldiers, emitting a thick yellow mist that has the ashen armor reeling in confusion. What was I? Some stumbles in circles, while others begin to yell and wrestle with each other. That's oddly cute, aside from, the previous murdering. The gathered orcs cheer as more modified cannonballs wreak havoc on your enemies. Scroll Crusher slaps Shredder on the shoulder. Where do we get more of these? Keep bringing me more empty cannonballs and I'll keep them filling them. Immatura turns to look over at the dwarf she threatened in the market. Listen, I'm sorry about... Don't sweat it. Next time I'll pick you up. She jerks her head over her shoulder to a several-armed contraption on her back. Oh, we're gonna be friends. Big boom. So you good here for a bit? If you try to take her away from us, I'll fight you. Say that energy for the bad guys. Immatura claps you on the back as you both head for the railing. Ready to get back to the battle? Still a kiss. I mean, I don't care. I love my friends. That's my bestie. That's my lover. You grab Immature and haul her into a kiss, the danger of the moment only heightening the clash of your mouths, leaving you both panting for breath. A little too early to be celebrating our victory, is it? Consider it an incentive to win. Well, in that case... She pulls you in for another kiss, this one just as frantic. Neither of you is willing to admit it could be your last. But your taste in the way she devours you, clinging to you as if she can bear to let this moment stop. If we had more time, we will. I believe in you. And let's go win this damn war. As the battle rages on, your forces holding on with the Ashen Army, giving no ground. We might actually win this. Why did I say that? Valak, still in her dragon form, swooped down close to the battle on her back. The Empress raises both hands. Did you miss me, Realm Walker? Shadow flows from her like a tidal wave, blotting out the sky until you're consumed in darkness. Your soldiers crying out in panic. I had to peer through the darkness. Using your shadow sight, The world around you comes into sharper focus, making it easy to spot your allies. Rally to me! You charge through the battle, gathering your forces to form a clear line at the front. The Asher soldiers are ahead of us. Stay together! The goblins fall in beside you, the air around them practically glowing as the grass and the water are leaping to their aid. Willow, but you said you are feeling ill. No longer. The earth calls us to battle. Willow waves a hand and a half-dozen goblins make one synchronized gesture that banishes the darkness hanging above. For the Whimsy Wood! Okay, ma'am, okay. But then Alex dives low and scours the front of your army with flames. Screams fill the air and the Empress laughs. That's right, run. Run before me as your false god should have. We need to fall back. To where? Survey the area. You do a quick scan of the environment, make a mental map as you take in the various forces laid out around you. Over there! You point to the inlet that curves around the back of your camp. If we fight with the inlet at our back, they can't flank us. If we need to recover to retreat, the Orcish fleet can handle it. Good thinking. As your forces charge toward the camp, you remember the mirror you got in the shower room. Pulling it from your bag, you hold it up. Let's see how this works. Is there an incantation or something? But no matter how you turn it, it just is like an ordinary mirror. You struggle to fight your panic. Imagine the worst that could happen. Hope everyone's is all right. And suddenly, a vision of all your friends appear right in front of you. Oh, I just had to picture it. You concentrate, forming an image in your mind. Oh, imagine a dragon of our own. The reflection blurs and shifts as you see illusion take form. A majestic red-eyed dragon rules overhead straight at the Ashen troops. Oh! Some throw themselves to the ground and others flee, leaving a path wide open for your army to retreat. Then another dragon appears. The two illusionary creatures circle each other in the sky in an elaborate dance, chasing the Ashen this way and that. Okay, Mirror, I guess I'm okay with a little improvisation. As the majority of your forces retreat, the priests of the Temple of Light struggle to keep up and having to stop to tend to the wounds of the injured. Quickly, we must move. I can't. Die, Daywalker scum! As Ashen Soldier raises his sword, but before he can scan and strike, a silver cylinder smashes to his helmet and explodes in a shower of sparks. Ah! Thought she could use a hand. Always. Aaron pulls a handful of small metallic beads from his pocket. With a wicked grin, he flings them at a group of soldiers, heading right for the priests. What? Ah! Every Ashen shoulder they strike jerks as if electrocuted before slumping to the ground. Nice trick. I have a few. Yeah, you definitely have a few, alright. Then another shoulder is on you, and Aaron draws his short sword. Help the priests! I got this. I gotta help the injured. You drop to the side of the nearest injured shoulder, place your sand over the gash in their side. It's harder to focus on healing amid the chaos of a battlefield, but you force yourself to only see the injury in front of you. Okay, just like Nia taught me. Magic stirs, and you carefully stitch the wound together using light magic. Thank you. Glad to help. You just reach the edge of camp when the skeletal dragon lands behind you. The Empress leaps from her back. Realm Walker, we meet again. My name is Erica. Yeah, it's Abisai, stay fly to the guys, Jordan Shem, stay fly ho, and it was the goddamn gems, bitch. Surrender to me and I shall give you a quick death. for that it is the only mastery you shall receive. We shall never surrender. Good. I want to take my time. The Empress lashes out at your forces, but Valix's draconic form stands alone, still making no move to attack. Elves, get the dragon! Wait! It's too late. The elves attack as a unit, freezing Valix's legs to the ground with ice, while another blinds her with searing light. She roars in pain, thrashing in an attempt to free herself, but that only serves to reveal the glowing orb beneath her ribs. Strike there! An elf summons a lance of light, and Valix's eyes widen in fear as the mage hurls the lance right at her heart. Die, beast! Stop! Tyra leaps in front of Valix, catches the lance of light in the mid-air, but then it explodes in his hand, hurling him to the muddy ground. Tyrell! He groans in pain, but still manages to lift himself to touch the glowing head of the dragon. You don't have to harm these people, Valix. I know your mother told you to, but please. You can't see the magic working, but you swear he's bound the world to stillness in this moment, so there's only him and you and the great beast you called your friend. Ask yourself if there's a kinder way to get what you want. A better life for those we love rarely begins with the death of others. The great dragon looks from Tyrell to you and suddenly begins to twist. The jagged bones shrink and writhe, and then Valix stands before you. Erica. Valix stares at you in helpless agony, and you hardly even hear Tyrell order the elves to another part of the battlefield. I couldn't do it. Not even for the good of my people. Couldn't do what? I couldn't hurt you. Or your ridiculous companions. She heaves out a shuddering breath, looking lost, and somehow at the same time, as if she's finally found some part of herself. You're my only friends. It doesn't have to be like this. All of this pain and death, all of this hate. I have stopped fighting you. Isn't that enough? Valix. You're still the only hope for your people. But how can I help them? By shutting them away to languish in the shadow realm? The people who locked the Ashen away are long dead, and I will not let the ones who will do it today have a chance. I give you my word. Why should I believe your word? My mother believed those she cared about. Look at her now. Because there's no weakness in caring, Valix. People abuse your trust. That doesn't mean you stop trusting. You just find different people who are worthy of that trust. Amen to that. Valix's face hardens in a look you come to recognize less as anger and more as determination. You're right. This must end. She turns in the direction of the Empress, sending out a blast of magic that clears a path right to her. What are you doing, Valix? I didn't give you permission to take the form. She doesn't need your permission anymore. If you can't stop that, see that this war must stop, I will make you stop. You stupid girl. You think you can stand against me? I'll put you together piece by piece, and I can take you apart the same way. Instead of responding, Valix lashes out with shadow magic, shattered the earth at her mother's feet. I am more than what you made me. You expect rage or wrath or ruin, but instead, the Empress only lasts. You poor, foolish children. With an almost careless gesture, she rips a boulder from the earth and hurls it right at you. Destroy the boulder. Letting your rage at the Empress fills you, you lash out with a dart in shadow, exploding the boulder into dust. You? Is that? Your daughter's taught me a few tricks. All around you, the battle rages on. The Empress has her eyes fixed on you and Valix. The rest of the troops gives you a wide berth. You rush forward with grim determination, letting out a vicious battle cry. Stay out of this, worm! A slithering coil of shadow strikes at you, lightning quick and icy cold. You brace yourself for the impact, but then you feel the armor your friends made come to life around you. Whoa! It absorbs the wave of darkness, filling you with the kind of work that makes you sure you can't do impossible things. Hey, Ashy. Not Ash. Them chickens in the ash, but I'm lotion. What did you just call me? Watch this. You close your fist and you thrust your body forward, releasing an invisible blast that knocks her off her feet. Valak smirks and spins her glaive into position as her mother picks herself off the ground. Now, where were we? You both advance, only for an ink-colored barrier to erupt in front of you. Coward! If you truly think you can beat me, destroying it should be no issue, should it, my child? If we can't break through the front, we need a different approach. I should appear behind her. Focusing on an open spot on the other side of the Empress, you reach out, feeling the barrier around you. See you on the other side. Your body goes insubstantial, and you flash through the barrier, reappearing behind the Empress. Now's my chance. I'll hit her with my staff. You lift the staff. It's the bonk for me. You lift the staff of silver. You lift the staff of Silver Lake, and vines burst from the ground. They coil around the Empress's arms, trapping her in place as you smash the pointed end of your staff into her face. God damn, ooh, fuck her face up. Ugh! She rips from free of the vines, but blood drips down her cheekbone as rage fills her gaze. Now we got the skill. Okay. Well. Living legend. Legistar. Ah! That was for Valix. Soldiers! Kill my traitorous daughter and her vile conspirators! The wide breath the Ashen Army was giving you instantly closes as they move in from all sides, cutting you off from the Empress. There's too many! Isn't it fortunate we're here then? You turn to find Isidore surveying the Ashen Army with cold disinterest. Behind her, Nia stands with both hands raised as a wall of shadows springing up to block the charging shoulders. Thanks for the save. It would be even more impressive if Isidore were pitching in. Yes, Erica, we hold this part of the army back. Don't dawdle though. Even my powers aren't limitless. Isidore raises one hand and you see the barrier become more opaque. Dearest, please. Isidore sighs. Oh, fine. She brings up her other hand in a synchronized gesture with her partner. The wall suddenly rifts, tentacles bursting forth from it to sweep up the ashen shoulders and pull them into the shadowy abyss. Are you happy? Yes, my love. Isidore is trying to hide it, but she's clearly pleased with herself. Nia turns to you. Go take the Empress out. But even with the Shadow Course's help, a sea of soldiers still separates you from the quarry. How is he supposed to get to her? We don't have to fight them. We don't have to fight them all. We could still reach her from the air. In my dragon form, I could haul her army without destroying them. Most of our soldiers aren't following her by choice. I know you want to protect your people, but won't your fire hurt them? I have more than one kind of fire in my dragon form. I can make them sleep or keep them calm. Oh, that's right. I only ever used it on shadow creatures, but I'm sure it would work. Except, I never changed without my mother's magic to help me. Then the determination returns to her face. She reaches out one hand, clasping yours. I never felt strong enough to try on my own, but with you at my side, I believe I can do it. Let's do it. Valak takes a deep breath, obviously trying to calm herself, but her entire body trembles with nerves until you squeeze her shoulder. You can do this. For your people. I know how much they mean to you, how much you care about them. They're the reason you've been fighting so hard. So all you have to do is change form and then we can protect them. Valak nods, shaking her hands a few times before closing her eyes, forehead creasing concentration. You can do this. I know you can. I can do this. Suddenly, magic lashes through the air. Her body twists and grows, body exploding outward until finally, the massive skeletal dragon stands before you once more. She lowers her head, offering you the back of her neck. Don't be shy now. For her voice is the same somehow, only a little deeper. Like a storm lives beneath her words. You hook a hand around one of her horns and climb onto her back. Once you settle in holding on tight, she launches herself skyward, carrying you above and away from the shadow pouring from the portal. Hells, you're fast! I am a dragon. From high in the sky. That's right, stay and fly. You have a perfect view of the battlefield. You spot the Empress surrounded by her soldiers. But on the other side of the fighting, a group of your forces is being torn apart by the Ash Empire's mages. We have to help them. How do you propose we do that? She's already turned toward your forces, waiting for your plan. Fly close and blow them away. You hold on tight as she dives, her great wings creating a gust of wind and knocks the Ashen troops off their feet. It's nice when your friend is her own weather pattern. Valak offers you a toothy purple smile and turns on a dime, sending another battalion flying. Now let's go get your mother. Your forces charge in your wake as Valak swoops toward the Empress. Clusters of ashen soldiers still lie in your path, and Valak dives towards him. Valak, you should...
Put him to sleep.
You cling to Valak as she rears her back, her skeleton mouth opening wide. Sleep! Icy silver fire erupts from Valak, scouring the soldiers beneath her as she cuts a path through the army. I feel... sleepy. Everyone it touches drops where they stand, limbs sprawled wildly, unconscious, but alive. You wave your soldiers away from the sleeping Ashen as you continue on. With the soldiers taken care of, there's a path leading right to the Empress, who now stands nearly alone. She's unprotected. Let's get her! Gladly. The Empress turns just as you approach her, eyes going wide as you see your rapid approach. Light her on fire. Valak dives toward her mother, her massive jaws opening again. No! It's all she gets out before Valix's roars, fire spilling forth in a terrifying purple wave that scours the ground and swallows the Empress's whole. The Empress flies back, face badly burned and hair singing. Ooh, not her hair. You know her hair was her inches, not the inches. Her scream tears across the battlefield. The concussive force of a colossal explosion. Her scream that loud. Valix! You and Valix are thrown, the force of it knocking you from Valix's back. She slams to the ground beside you, reverting to her usual form. Hells, is that what she did when you didn't clean your room? Valix lets out a pained laugh. That hurt. Then why are you smiling? Because it's time to finish this. Damn right it is. You look up to find your friends at your back, and they help you to your feet before you turn to face the Empress. The desolation of Valix. You're a dragon rider. You did that. Alright, let's show her what the United Realms can do. You all charge forward, moving as one of you close the distance between you and the Empress. Okay, just so I'm clear. Valix is on our team now? Not the worst ally you ever made. She wishes to make up for the wrongs of her mother. I, for one, am all for it. And so am I. Well then, welcome to the party, princess. Suddenly, Immatura yanks Valix down as an arrow sails overhead. Nia repels it with a swirl of her hand, sending it back from whence it came. Hey Nia, can I get a little light over here? Nia flings up her arms, banishing the darkness of the Shadow Realm as light bursts into the glorious being above the shoulders, bright as the sun. Then she adjusts her stance, and the invisible force shoots out of her other hand. Light and magic, shadow united as one. True magic. Out of our way! Several soldiers stagger back, arms raised, making them easy targets for Mal, who sends a flurry of daggers strikes at their legs. Sorry about this, but she'll take me in the morning. Then suddenly, there's nothing standing between you and the Empress. Now! Magic and weapons at the ready. You all rush her together. Mother! Valix tears past her mother's defenses, her glaive red and talons is glittering ice. Each slice along her mother's skin leaks ash and fire. The Emperor takes a desperate swipe of her child, only to be met with a cloud of crimson smoke as Aaron arcs the bottle to land just below her feet. I will not let you win. Get her, Erica! Using the smokes as cover, you draw her attention to one side while Mal slices at the Empress's hand, interrupting her casting. Mongol Daywalkers! I'm told thousands of years and you still haven't come up with new insults. Aaron tosses a bottle to Immatura, who smashed her on her axis as Tyrell sets them alight. Grah! Immatura launches herself at the Empress, raining down her with a flurry of razor-sharp swipes the tyrants can barely deflect. I really hope this works. You close the distance with the Empress, willing yourself to move in and out of reality in the blink of an eye, landing blow after blow. Uncanny dodge. Miss me! Miss me again! Stop moving, you little worm! Suddenly, she throws her arms wide, creating a wall of shadow. You concentrate and blink out of this reality, and quick as you can, but... The umbral barrier clips you at the last moment, and you lose your footing. The Ash Empress leans down, towering over you as shadow and fire crackle beneath her skin. So dies the Flora. The hero of Morella. The nauseating after effect of your realm walking rises in your belly and makes your head ache as she swirls her hands together, forming a storming orb that grows ever wider. It bursts without warning. Shadow magic spins widely around you. She's draining our life force. not just ours. You follow his gaze to the battlefield where strands of shadow have lashed onto every person there, even those in the Ashen Army. As the tendrils grow and grow, the magic gathers in front of her, so powerful you can feel the force of it from feet away. Nia twists against the dark pawns, turning toward the Empress. Mother Goddess, my Lady Grey, please stop. We know what Nephara did to you. It was wrong, but it doesn't mean you have to wrong others. There's the slightest tremor in the coils of the shadow for a moment. The smiles crack and ice long frozen. Never know. Keep going. The Empress scoffs. What do you know of Nephara? We know she and the other gods punish you for trying to stop the division of the realms. We know it was wrong and we appreciate your sacrifice. We know you're capable of creating good things. You made Valix after all. Valix is a blunt instrument, an extension of my will. I don't think you believe that. Not really. For a moment, you think you might be getting through to her, but then you feel the tendrils of shadow tighten, blistering your skin with crackling cold. You know nothing of sacrifice! You think your gods care about you lurking in Adalis like ghouls? I will make you beg for the so-called mercy of a benevolent dictator before I'm through. I'll make you watch as... Then her eyes go wide and an obsidian blade, wrapped in golden light, pierces through her chest from behind. She falls to her knees as the energy along the sharp edge fuses into shimmering, nearly invisible, true magic. Valix comes around her shoulder, turning the blade so her mother is forced to look at her. You gave me life, but only I choose what to do with it. Silence falls across the battlefield as mother and daughter stare at each other for one final moment. And I choose to end yours for the safety of the Ashen and the good of the realms. Valix gives one more brutally efficient flick of her wrist. The glowing lava beneath her mother's skin hardens to ash before the wind carries the cinders away. The sound of battle rapidly fills your ears again as the fighting starts anew, and your friends leap back into the fray. Why are they still fighting? I mean, we killed her leader. Shouldn't they surrender? Surrender? To do so would be a face worse than death if my mother was alive. And how can they be sure she's not? They will fight until they fall. Nothing will stop them. But we have bigger problems. What can be bigger than the Empress? Valix points to a nearby portal when you see a fresh wave of soldiers marching towards you. The rest of the army is still coming. The rest? You mean this isn't all of them? There are whole legions underway. May not realize my mother is gone until after they raised White Tower. Okay, we need to rally. You can try to... Valak lifts a hand to silence you. Pain stands clear in her eyes. There's only one way to end this. We have to seal the final rift. Together. Seal the rift? Absolutely not. We can't rush into something like this. There will be consequences. Maybe consequences we don't even understand. It's the only way to prevent more bloodshed. Maybe you're right. Together, you follow the vibrations of the last remaining rift, which has been torn open to a small portal. Valak steps through it and faces you. You'll have to guide me. I've never done this before. Just imagine this place as it should be. Imagine the rift stretching together, piece by piece, until the barrier is whole. But be ready to jump back through before it closes all the way. Erica, I can't. Someone must stay to dismantle what remains of my mother's empire. Someone must make things right. She reaches through the portal to clasp her hand, her eyes shining with tears. Thank you for believing in me, Erica. I will never forget you. Alex. I won't forget you either. You made me realize the world was so much more complicated than I ever dreamed. I won't forget that. Or you. You helped me find myself, Erica. I will ever be in your debt. Just pay it forward, Valix. Your people need you. You clasp her hand and she squeezes yours in return. 1,000 unspoken words passing between you as she begins to gather your magic. Then she steps back, and there's no time. You envision the magic slowly stitching together as you stare into Valix's sorrowful expression. Erica, wait! The magic calls and slips away as you turn to find your friends converging on you, breathless and panicked. We must do this. It will restore the barrier. No more portals, no more armies, no more war. You mean no more magic? Remember what Radomir said. If the barrier restored, magic will die. Maybe that's for the best. Or it will simply do more harm. Believing something will do good does not make it so, trust me. If you don't close the barrier, shadow magic will still be a corrupting force. And light magic will still cast people their lives if they use too much of it. It needs to be destroyed, Erica. The Watcher said if we tear the barrier down, the two realms will collapse on top of each other. They've been apart too long. Worlds will collide, people will die. Can't you just leave it open? What do you mean? I'm no mage, but it seemed like the pain is caused by just leaving it be. Sure, magic stays unbalanced, but it was unbalanced before. What's a little drained life between friends, right? But you can learn how to do this true magic stuff. Not everyone will be able to, not before they lose at least some part of their life force. Think of the children at the orphanage. How long has it taken them to learn control? You could teach them, Nia. You and Erica and Tyrell. I know you could. It wouldn't be fair, Mal. The Ashen were wronged. We were wronged. But the last person who was there for that wrong just died trying to harm everyone she could. Perhaps if we look to ourselves rather than our enemies, we could make a true home in the Shadow Realm. Maybe I should make it with you. What? It wouldn't be fair for you to have to do this alone. What about Cade, Shurta, Willow, Threep, Racia? You leave them behind? You leave us behind? I don't want to leave anyone behind, but I know what you'd be giving up if you came with me. It's up to you. If I close this barrier, I think I have to be on the other side. I wish I had time to tell Cade, but we have to decide now. More people are dying every second. This has to stop. Besides, Cade's a storyteller. He'll help everyone understand. You want to believe that. You have to believe that. No way we're leaving you. Not a chance in this world. Wherever you go, Erica, we go to. Exactly. I agree, but I still don't think it's the best course of action. The only way to restore things to how they were meant to be is to destroy the barrier entirely. It might hurt in the short term, but in the long run, perhaps, it's the only thing that can save us. That can save magic. It's not gonna save everyone, Nia. That's the problem. I'm with Mal, but there's no easy answer. There's never is with this stuff. It's up to you, Erica. We trust you make the right decision. You always do, don't you? You can see the rest of the Ashen forces behind Valix, rapidly getting closer and closer. We'll buy you the time you need. So make it quick. Before you can say another word, your friends charge into the Shadow Realm to hold back the oncoming army. What do we do, Erica? We should seal the rift and stay in the Shadow Realm? Keep the realms connected with portals? Combine the two realms into one. That is a hard decision. I probably have to see all of them now. But if I had to really choose, I'd probably go. This is hard. There are armies made of your people. Reason with them. Erica, they likely think I just staged a coup. I did just stage a coup. Exactly, and it was the right call, so they will follow you if you give them a reason. And what reason could be worth it? We don't seal the rift. We read the realms connected, just like this. We open portals. Magic and people can move freely between both, and we all prosper. And we better get our forces to stand down. The Ashen advanced on you, a wall of danger extended to the stormy distance. You and party are the only thing standing between them and the light realm's ruin. Get out of the way, traitor! Ashen, we have negotiated a truce. The Daywalkers. She gives you a sheepish look. Sorry, force of habit. No offense taken. We don't want a truce, we want Daywalker blood. They're keeping us from the white light realm. No, we're not. You wave your hand to your friends to pull them back. Let the Ashen through. What? Let them through. Your forces withdraw, giving the Ashen no resistance as they edge toward the portal. Valix's soldiers look around, bewildered as she raises her voice. You were asked to give up your lives to enter the light realm, but we needn't fight nor die to do so. This and other portals will be open forevermore. Let this be the beginning of a long overdue exchange between our peoples. An exchange my mother didn't want, but one we deserve. They're just letting us through? It's a trick! They'll slaughter us the minute they cross over. Burn us with their light. It's not a trick, I promise. We're sorry for what happened, and we want to learn more about you, but only you want to as well. If not, we'll leave you in peace. You believe them, princess? Valix looks over you, a soft smile on her face. I do. An uneasy silence settles over the battlefield as the Ashen look at one another, waiting for someone to make the first move, but then... Stop fighting! Stop fighting! The princess says stop fighting! The Empress is dead! One soldier and then another breaks off from the ranks, pushing each other with relief and even joy as they move through the crowd. We're going to the light realm! We're going to the light realm! I think that's about as ringing an endorsement as we're ever gonna get. So what now? We just leave a portal here for anyone to pass through? Magic will be able to pass through as well, which should make it easier to practice with light and shadow combined. Maybe we'll even slow magic's decay. This will change everything. Not everything. There'll still be good guys and bad guys. Which one were you again? I could ask the same of you, Prisling. Fair point. There's still plenty of people who will need our help, especially after this, and things will change. You let your gaze take in your friends, and even with the impossible task ahead of you, your heart lifts. But we saved the world twice now. Third time's the charm, right? Erica, hero Morella, savior of the realms, and champion to all. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did not get the Well, let's see the points. Leaving the portals open has allowed people to move freely between the realms, causing trade in new cities to flourish. However, those who live in the light realm are still susceptible to corruption, while those who live in the shadows still risk sickness from light exposure. Magic has also begun to weaken at points that are far away from the portals, but there is a plethora of magic near the portals themselves, leading many people to congregate there. In the throne room at White Tower Castle, Nia speaks with the king. I think it would be wise to grant the Ashen their own land here. A bold proposal. The dwarves and the goblins have already agreed to cede ports of their lands to the Ashen. They even given some of them titles. Ashen Lords. Has gone a long way toward making them feel at home and accepted here. It would do even more if you offered them the same. I have no objections, but can we discuss the specifics at a later date? It will take some time for my advisors to come up with a suitable plan. Of course. As the king leaves, you lean closer to Nia. I really don't like that guy. Me neither, but at least he started to listen to me. Especially since I have so much left to do today. I need to stop by the orphanage and then check on the temple to see how their outreach has been going. Nia. You pull her close to you, smiling as her arms go eagerly around your neck. Didn't we have a talk about delegating You can do it all, and you can't do everything now either. I know. I just like being able to help. You could help me make a nice romantic walk around the roaring gardens, you know. She leans up on her toes to propose you with a brief, sweet kiss, but her smile is pure laughing mischief. You know, I can't resist helping the needy. Off in the most remote reaches of the realm, Mal and Tyrell examine the walls of a cave and the strange relics they hold. Oh ho! What's this? A glint of something shiny catches the light as he pulls forth a valuable-looking relic. Feels like it still's got some pretty powerful magic in it. How much do you think something like this will go for? You know, we're not selling anything until we understand its purpose, and more importantly, its historical significance. You're no fun. You just keep it a straight face. What? I don't even rate a comeback? Look at writing on this wall. Do you recognize the language? Just look like scribbles to me. It could take some time to decode. Oh, now you look happy. You step fully into the room, and they both turn to grin at you. There you are. What happened to that chamber you wanted to explore? It's collapsed. Couldn't get more than a foot past the doorway. That's bad luck. Well, while we have you, take a look at these carvings. You step up to the wall, and the two surprised one or two of the twisted words actually make sense. I think this means creation, and this one is definitely about time. We should bring a copy back to Valix. She's got all the Watchers' memories still. I bet she'll have it translated in no time. At the very least, this will excite Cade and Shurta. It's time to get going, though. I'll have a meeting with the Council of Houses. Have you had any luck getting them to adjust? The Coalition is making progress. We have a number of Ashen and Drolls who have settled in Undermount, and the work on the new city is progressing well. I do wish they would let go of this exhausting idea of making all of the buildings out of marble, though. Marble? All the way for Zaradon? Are you sure you don't want to come with me to the council meeting? Not for all the money in the world. Wait, did you hear that? A low gurgling comes from the back of the room. When you squint into the darkness, you see a pair of glowing eyes. Chat later, fight now. You ready, elf boy? Always. Grabbing your weapons, you charge into the fight. Out at sea, Immatura stands at the wheel of her ship, the sun shining down from above. Flossom spotted out the starboard bow. Could be wreckage. Immatura raises an eyeglass, surveying the floating bits of wood. Only one way to find out. The sea may be with us, but I'm not sure even she knows how this shadow ocean works. You step out fully into the deck, and Immatura glances over her shoulder with a grin. Look who finally decided to wake up. I wouldn't have needed to sleep in so late if you hadn't kept me awake half the night. You complaining? Never. We just came upon a mystery in the water. Think you can hold your breath long enough to find out what's waiting for us down below? Is that a challenge? You know it. Laughing, the two of you leap over the side of the boat and plunge into the water. In the newly regrown deadwood, Aaron strides through the goblin village, his arm full of sketches. Forest friend, we welcome you back under our bows. The final plans for the village are complete. He spreads the blueprints out across the table, using rocks to hold down the edges of the paper. I found the best tree for your community center, and the perfect materials are underway. We should be done in time for the Golden Seal Festival. We in the trees bow to your continued generosity. You deserve only the best, my friends. A bed of grass invites you to rest. Sit. I will fetch water. You step out of the nearest house, wiping sawdust from your hands as you approach. We just put the finishing touches on Willis's house. Ahead of schedule. You are amazing, Erica. Hey, you were the brains. I'm just the muscle. Clink, clink. Yeah, these guns. You take the seat next to him and nod to his sketchbook. What are you designing now? It's actually a personal project of mine. His cheeks color a deep red. It's a portrait of you, actually. Aaron! That's so sweet. Please don't disparage my reputation as a morally grave anti-hero like this. I hate to break it to you, but you've been single-handedly destroying that reputation for weeks now. Then perhaps we could take a walk down to the lodge and rekindle a bit of that old mischief. A trip down memory lane. There's a light in his eyes that draws you in for a sweet tease and kiss. That sounds perfect. I'm getting all the love. Willow strides deeper into the forest, startled by a low growl. Oh. Hey now! The shadow hound crouches low, its eyes fixed on a flock of birds. Sighing, Willow shakes her head and scatters the birds with a tutting noise. Your belly's full enough of the feast we shared with you this morning. We take only our fill. Heaving a put upon sigh, the shadow hound rises and trots willingly after Willow as they wind deeper into the woods. In the town of Wiverbend, Illinois sits outside the smithy, their eyes bright with excitement. There you are, little one. You bring that pot straight back to your mama, you hear? I will. Thank you for fixing it. Well, thank your mother for the salve. The salve. Yeah, the salve. She was right. It fixed my sore shoulder right up. They take up the pot and skip away, waving to several of the shopkeepers as they go. Inside the temple in Zaradon, Cade and Shurta sit close together, a stack of scrolls and carvings spread out between them. I can't believe some of the things Mal and Tyrell had brought back. What? Like the book? We're talking about a book written about a race that made the elves, and we could read it because Valix knows how to translate it. Too bad it was a cheesy mystery novel. I figured out who the killer was on page 3. Never trust a nervous deputy. Tell them to bring me a book of history or maybe a salacious diary next time. Eventually, they sure to bring back something with actual information. You could always spend your free time figuring out what these artifacts do. Kay picks up one of them, a small box with a prominent button. Raising one eyebrow, he gently presses it and curses as electricity zaps his fingers. Ow! Are you laughing at me? Well, I didn't tell you to just start pushing random buttons. Come on, let's be logical about this. Deep in Undermount, Freep lounges on a pillow surrounded by wide-eyed elves and platters are full of tasty snacks. So you understand, of course, that I have to join this party of adventurers. It was clear they would be lost without me. I heard you say them all from Elven Drink now. 15 at least. Inside of Ren's house in Right Tower, Vivi brings dinner to the table and sits in front of Mal. So you're in the temple and Tyrell's is down and 3 of these monsters are closing in on you? And I'm down to 1 knife and my killer smile. Which one killer smile? More than I need to take them all out. Yeah, next time Erica comes over, I'm gonna need to verify all of this because I know my brother is not that cool. I'm offended. So am I. If you keep trying to fact check him, he'll never bring Erica by. And I love her. In a remote village, Isidore and Naira make their way through the streets, oblivious to the distant growling sounds. Why is every place we go so dirty? I long for civilization. I don't know. I find this village quaint. Look out! An owl bear. An enraged owl bear. That's what Racia's gonna grow into? But it's gonna be blue first? He gonna have blue form. Yeah, Racia's a he. An enraged owl bear rushes straight down the village street, scattering people in front of it. Isidore glares, holding out one hand, and the owl bear skids to a stop. You making the peasants shriek, and it's giving me a headache. Go away! Completely cowed, the owl bear scampers off into the woods. Thank you, my lady. You saved us! The thing was in my way. What she means is that you're very welcome. We're glad we could help. I'll be more glad if there was a single clean glass in this village, or a passable bottle of wine. You and Valix find yourselves outside of Undermount. Members of the council of houses gather around. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? 1, 3, 1, 2. At 3, you and Valix perform the task you've gotten so good at. Open a new stable portal near the entrance of Undermount to let shadow and light magic come together. Oh, I can feel it already. The magic, it feels stronger. This is how it's meant to be. Both halves together. Well, as much as they can be now. Thank you so much. You step away to give the elves some privacy, and Valix leans close to you. I'm grateful that we can help these people, but their gratitude makes me uncomfortable. Not ready to be the hero of Morella, huh? I don't blame you. The title sounds fancy, but it mostly comes with a lot of work. Sure does. The work isn't bad, as long as I get to share it with you. With the elves distracted, you steal a brief, perfect kiss. You never have to do it alone. Racia comes up to you and rubs against your leg. You gotta stop growing, Racia. I don't know what I'm gonna do when you're an adult owl bear. Bitch, I'm probably gonna get a ride flying, cause bitch, I'm ready. An owl bear. An adult owl bear. I guess we'll figure it out together. The 7 of you stand on a high hill, looking down on a keep once known as Shroud Watch. Shroud Watch, a hub for interrealm travel. I never thought I'd see the day. So, what's next? Some kind of world-saving errand, I'm sure. Actually, I was thinking about retirement. Right. What? Erica! You can't be serious. I mean, don't worry, I'm not, but hey, I mean, sometimes it's good to live a normal, common life sometimes. As long as I'm needed, I'll be there, just like I know you will be too. We can't let you have all the fun. Of course, we'll be there, Erica. Whenever you need us. Whenever the world needs us. And maybe sometimes when you don't. Especially when you don't. You and your party stand for one more time, thinking of everything you learned and everything you lost. Staring up into the newly bright purple sky, it feels like anything is possible. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for coming along on an adventure that has been blaze of light and shadow too. Anyone can be a hero and change the world. All you have to do is try. But first, a hint of what's to come. Bitch, we getting a book 3? Deep in the world below, and then the world below that, there is a city where it always rains. But deep within that city, there is so much light. A beacon shining beneath the clouds with a ceiling filled with masts whose wings glitter and glisten as they burn. And in that bright place, a servant's about to be unmade. Forgive me, my queen. Forgive her, for she knows not what she's done. Those creatures cannot be taught. We learned that long ago I was too gentle with my hope, but that is my burden to bear. The queen is gracious, the queen is kind, but she is also practical. She knows that when a sword is broken, it must be forged anew. Rest now, my child. Do not be afraid. I invite you to be part of me again, just as I invite your pupil, little Erica. Until the servant ends as he began, a well of light, like a dying star. I wonder, what are you made of, Erica? And what will you become? Will I tell your story before your end? See you soon, Well Walker. So book 3 is gonna be. This is crazy, bro. She's here. The Watcher wasn't really never even dead to begin. I mean, I guess. I guess he was dead in that dimension. How about that? And to find out this the other person, the other quote unquote god is basically gonna sit here and try to do something. This is crazy. She wanna challenge me, challenge Erica. I am done. I'm gonna sit here. I'm probably gonna come back. I said I'm probably gonna come back. I'm not. I probably won't come back. I'm probably gonna just do like the other choices off camera without my mic as well, just to sit here and see the outcome if anything changed, except for the extra epilogue. So thank y'all for watching, enjoying this. I thought it would be the series finale, but I mean, at least it's a series finale to that degree. But it's another story that probably will come in the next months or year or so, if we get it. Okay, so thank y'all. Thank y'all for staying with me for the long one, reading all these different books. Now I'm just gonna sit here and chill out and play some other different games, finish up any other games that I say I want to finish, and that's it. Take care. Stay vigilant out there.